Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some 1978 New York Yankees baseball. We got game two of a three-game series. We got the Kansas City Royals traveling to New York to take on the Yankees. Let's take a look at Kansas City's lineup here for the game. Here on May 2nd, 1978, we got Willie Randolph leading off, playing center field. Playing batting second and playing left field is Tom Poquette. Batting third, playing right field, Clint Hurdle. Batting fourth, doing the DH, Hal McRae. Batting fifth and doing the catching is Darrell Porter. Batting sixth, playing first base, Pete Lecoq. And batting seventh and playing third base is Jerry Terrell. Batting eighth and playing shortstop is Freddie Paultek. And batting ninth, playing second base is Frank White. And on the mound doing the pitching is Larry GURA. Let's take a look at the hometown New York Yankees starting lineup. We have leading off playing center field Mickey Rivers. Batting second, playing second Willie Randolph. Batting third, doing the catching is Thurman Munson. Batting fourth, and excuse me for a minute. Oh, my daughter's just telling me that they canceled the race here in Hagerstown. It's a Lucas Oil race. That's how it works. If you want it to rain in Hagerstown, all you got to do is have Lucas Oil come to town. Darn shame. It's rained out a lot. Yeah. Alrighty, and back to the starting lineup here for the New York Yankees. Like I say, batting fourth and doing the DH is Reggie Jackson. Batting fifth, playing left field, Lou Piniella. Batting sixth, playing first base, Chris Chambliss. Batting seventh, playing third base, Greg Nettles. Batting eighth, being the DH, is Cliff Johnson. Batting ninth, playing shortstops, Bucky Dent. And on the mound for the Yankees is Catfish Hunter. Let's get down here to Yankee Stadium and get this game started, folks. So we got Aaron Reed in the house here. Yeah, you sure did, Aaron. And leading off for the Royals is Willie Wilson, batting .235 with a homer and 6 RBIs. This is Catfish Hunter's fourth game. He's 2-1 with a 3.98 ERA. Here's the pitch to Willie. And Willie tags this one, folks. Not the way Catfish wants to start this game. And that's going to be a base hit, infield hit by Wilson. Let's see how long he stays down at first with his great speed. Wilson down at first. Nobody out. And I didn't put the letter allowance on there. He's an A. Let's redo this. Got this messed up. Got the steel number, but not the letter. Give me 1 second. We'll take care of this. I apologize. Didn't put Willie's letter grade in there for his steel. And Willie's way down here. So his steal is, I think he's an A. Steals whenever he wants. Yep, A31. And put that up here. A. Save it and go back to the game, folks. Sorry about that. So Willie won't be standing down at first very long. He'll be taking off for second here. So 31. Catfish is a +2 and a 6. So +4 for Thurman. Willie's still going to take off. So that is a total of 625. So that is a 51 or lower. Willie will make it safely. And a 64. Thurman guns him down at second. We're out number 1. Nice job by the captain. Thurman Munson throws out Willie. We're out number 1. And Tom Coquette is up batting .240 with a homer and 2 RBIs now with nobody on and 1 out. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Jackson's got that. That'll be 2 outs. And Clint Hurdle's up now. Clint's batting .281, a homer, and 5 RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. So the single gets erased by the caught stealing. Kansas City, nothing. The Yankees coming up with Rivers, Randolph, and Munson. Mickey's batting .239 on the year. He's got 2 homers, and he had a big one in game number 20. If you watch that one, opening game against these Royals yesterday, check it out. And with 14 RBIs, Larry Gurra, this is his 6th game, his 3rd start. He's 1-1 with a 3.71 ERA. Here's the pitch to Mick. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. We're out number 1. That brings up Willie Randolph now. Willie's batting .350, 1 homer and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball right in front of the plate. Porter is going to jump on this one, I believe, and throw it down to first with no problem. And he does. That'll be out number 2. And that leaves us now with the captain, Thurman Munson. I forgot to do the drop. On that throw down the second. He made a nice throw down the second. The throw out Wilson. Got to try to remember to do these drops and overthrows. And now Thurman up batting .321 with 2 homers and 12 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop up down the second. Frank White calls for it, makes the catch. The Yankees go down in order. We go to the top of the second, no score. We got Hal, McCray, Porter, and LaCroix due up here. McCray's batting .289. He's got 2 homers and 12 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Greg Nettles. He fires across the Chambliss for out number 1. And up steps Daryl Porter, the catcher. And Daryl is batting .217 on the year, a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be another ground ball down the third. And that'll be another nice play by Nettles and another out. Lecoq is still up now. And Pete, it's all of a sudden the game wants to slow down on me. And Pete is 0 for 4 on the season here. So can Pete get his first hit of the year? And he does. He squares this one up against Catfish. And that ball is driven into the gap in right field. That'll be a 2-out double for Pete. He's down at second now. So runner down scoring position. 2 outs. And we got Jerry Terrell due up now. Pete will find his way down the second eventually. There it goes. Finally. And Pete's down at second. Jerry Terrell is batting .067. No homers and no RBIs. He's 1 for 15. And that ball is going to be hit down the first. Chambliss, damn good fielding. First baseman's up with it. And that's going to be a ground ball on the first. That'll be a single. And Pete strays too far from the base down there, folks. God darn game acting up. And Chambliss throws over, so that'll be a single down the first. And let's see here. What can we do here? A single down the first. R2X. Tries to get an extra base and gets thrown out. So base running mistake there by KC ends the inning. Kansas City nothing, Yankees nothing, as we make our way to the bottom of the second. And we got Jackson, Piniella, and Chambliss due up here. Reggie's batting .342 on the year. He's got 10 homers and 23 RBIs. Can Reggie keep up this nice hitting at the beginning of the year? And Mike joins us here at Sports Time Machine. Yeah, exactly. Like it. Yep. I like it, Mike. And that's going to be against the lefty. 22, 1 and 8. That's going to be a fly ball out to left field. And that'll be out number 1. That brings up sweet Lou Piniella here. And let's see if Lou can get on base. He's batting .275 on the year. He's got 2 homers and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 15. That's going to be a fly ball in the right field. 2 fly balls, 2 outs. And it's up to Chris Chambliss, who just made a nice heads-up play to get out of that inning. He's batting .338. He's got 2 homers and 13 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. So out the left, out the right, and out the center. And that is an out of the inning. The Yankees go down 1, 2, 3. 3 fly balls, 3 outs. And to the top of the third we go. Patek, White, and Wilson due up here. Freddie is batting .269. He's got no homers and 7 RBIs on the year. And that'll be a comebacker to the mound. Catfish is up with it, fires over to Chambliss. And that'll be out number 1. Here comes Frank White up now. Frank's batting .311, no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty, 11. That's going to be a base hit in the left field. So 1 out and a base runner down at first. Back to the top of the order we go. Willie Wilson singled his first time out. Got thrown out stealing. Here's the pitch to Willie. And that's a ground ball down the third. With Willie's speed, can they turn the double play here? Nettles is a 5 on a 35. And that's going to be fielding column 1, and they're going to go around the horn here, folks. That's a 5-4-3 double play. Nice play by Nettles, and they get to Speedy Wilson in a double play. They thrown Wilson out and got him to ground into a double play. You're not going to see that much, folks, especially both of them in the same game. We go to the bottom of the third. Greg Nettles, Johnson, and Dent, the bottom part of the order, due up here. Greg's batting .267 with 3 homers and 10 RBI. And that's a fly ball out the right field. Yankees are hitting the ball in the air, just not far enough. Kansas City's able to make plays on them. Brings up Cliff Johnson, only batting a .136 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's finally a ground ball, but right out. The shortstop, he fires over. Freddie does. To Pete at first, 2 up and 2 down. It's up to Bucky Dent to get something started here for the Yanks. Bucky's batting .293, 1 homer and 11 RBIs. And that'll be a base on balls. That'll be the Yankees' first base runner. They'll take it. So the go-ahead run is down at first. 2 outs for Mickey Rivers. Mickey flew out the right his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. The runner down at first. 21. And that's going to be popped up down the third. And Jerry makes the catch out in shallow left field. The Yankees strand 1. We get to the top of the fourth. Still no score. We got Poquette, Hurdle, and McRae due up here for Kansas City. Tom flew out the right field to Reggie his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Tom's down at first with nobody out. Glenn Hurdle's up. Can the Yankees get another double play? They got one last inning. Can they get one this one? Hurdle struck out his first time up. And that's going to be hit down the short. That's a slow roller. I don't think they're going to turn 2 on this. They'll get the lead runner out at second, but that's it. That was too slow of a ground ball. So now you got Clinton down at first. And 1 out for Hal McRae. And McRae grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Mickey camps under it. And that'll be 2 down. Runner still down at first for Darrell Porter. And Porter, he grounded out the third his first time up also. And that's going to be hit down the short. Dent will go the short way over to second. That'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Yankees bringing Randolph, Munson, and Jackson up here to try to get on the scoreboard. Willie grounded out to the catcher his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll make him a 12. And that's going to be an infield hit. Nope, that's going to be a nice play down at third by Jerry Terrell. Jerry fires over after getting to that ball and throws Willie out. So 1 out here now for Thurman Munson. Munson popped up the second his first time up. And that's going to be a rare play, 52 on a 38. 52 on a 38. And that's going to be strike 1 on Munson. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Can he bounce back here and get on base? And he does. He works the count after being behind 0-1 and gets a walk. The Yankees again got the go-ahead run down at first. So Reggie Jackson steps to the plate. He flew out the left field his first time up. And this time against the lefty, 22 on a 10. That's going to be popped up. He got underneath that one, folks. And that'll be popped up to short. And that'll be out number 2. So it's up to Lou Piniella to get something going here. with one base runner at first. 2 outs. Lou flew out the right. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. He'll fire over to first to get Lou. And again, the Yankees strand one. To the top of the fifth we go. Still nothing. LaCroix, Terrell, and Patek due up here. Pete doubled his first time up. And that's going to be another fly ball. This one's going to be caught by Reggie out in right field for out number 1. And Mr. Terrell's up now. Jerry, he singled his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Randolph's up with it. And that's quick 2 outs here in the fifth. And Freddie gets something going here with 2 outs for the KC. He grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. This one's down the third. And that'll be a 1-2-3 inning. To the bottom of the fifth we go. We got Chambliss, Nettles, and Johnson due up here. Chris flew out the center his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Jerry Terrell. Over to Pete. And that'll be out number 1 as Philip Reynolds joins us. And up steps Greg Nettles now. Nettles is 0 for 1. Flew out the right his first time up. And that'll be another base on balls. That's the third walk given up by Larry. But the Yankees haven't taken advantage of it yet. And Heathcliff make them pay. He's struggling. He's 0 for 1 today, only batting a $133. And he does make them pay, folks. He squares this one up. And that ball is hit well. That ball is into left center field out in Death Valley. And even with Cliff's speed, he's rounding second. Going to be in there with a RBI triple, folks. And the Yankees are up 1-0. So now Johnson's down at third. And only 1 out for Bucky Dent. KC will play back for the out here. Figuring they're going to get more than 2 runs to win this game. Bucky walked his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Johnson's speed, I doubt if he scores, but we'll give it a chance here. 46 on the 2 should be fielding column 2. And just barely fielding column 2. So let's see, we got to roll another die here. And that'll be a 54. Like I say, at the top of the order due up after this. So a 54. What kind of arms he got? Tom's got a good arm out there. Like I say, Heathcliff don't have much speed. 21, be 2 outs. Is he going to take a chance here? That's a 43 or lower. With Rivers due up, he's not going to chance it and make the third out there. So that'll just be a fly ball out the left field. Johnson stays put. And Mickey Rivers is up. Can he get a 2-out base hit here and give the Yankees an insurance run? Mickey's 0 for 2. He's flown out and popped up the third. And that'll be a ground ball down the short. Over to first. That ends the inning. And the Yankees score 1 on the triple by Johnson. We get to the top of the 6th. It's 1-0 New York. White due up, and then we turn the order over. Wilson and Paquette. And Frank is 1 for 1 today. He singled his first time up. And he's going to square this one up again. He's seen the ball well against Hunter. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is gone, folks. No doubt about her. He has just tied this ball game up. Frank White with a solo homer makes it 1 apiece. To the top of the order we go. Catfish didn't keep the lead for long. Wilson is 1 for 2. He's singled, got caught stealing, and hit into a double play. You're not going to see that often. A caught stealing and a double play by Willie Wilson. And that's going to be against the righty. Makes him 13. And that's going to be an infield hit. Wilson's aboard again with an infield hit. And he's going to take off again for second. He's undeterred by being thrown out. And again, it'll be a 25. So a 51 or lower, he's safe at second. And a 66, he guns him down easy. And Thurman Munson is the man today. He has thrown Willie Wilson out twice. Now there's one out and nobody on again for Tom Poquette. Tom is 0 for 1. He has walked and flew out the right. And of course, against the righty, 10. And that's going to be a nice play out there in center field by Mickey Rivers. He just robbed Tom of a base hit. So now there's 2 down. And Quinn hurdles up. Quint's 0 for 2. He struck out and reached on a fielder's choice. And that'll be a ground ball back to Catfish. That'll end the inning. But KC scores 1 on the home run by Frank White and ties this ball game up. To the bottom of the 6th we go. We got Randolph, Munson, and Jackson due up. Willie grounded out twice, once to the catcher, once to third. And that against the lefty. Going to make him a 12. And that's going to be another nice play down by Terrell down at third. Again, that'll be the second time he's robbed Willie of a base hit. So 1 out now. And Thurman Munson due up here. And Munson has walked and popped up to second. And that'll be a ground ball down the short. 2 up and 2 down. So it's up to Reggie Jackson to try to untie this ball game or at least keep this inning alive. Reggie's 0 for 2. He's flown out the left and popped up the short. And that's going to be a ground ball down to first. Pete calls off everybody, takes it himself. And that'll do it. The Yankees go down 1, 2, 3. We go to the 7th. Got McCray, Porter, and LaCroix due up here. Al is 0 for 2, grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Mickey in center. And up to the plate now steps Darryl Porter. And Darryl is 0 for 2. He is grounded out and reached on a fielder's choice. And that's another fly ball and another out. Reggie Jackson calls for it out in right field and makes the catch. And here comes Pete up now. And he's doubled and flew out the right. And that'll be another fly ball out the right field. And Reggie's got room. Makes the catch. Kansas City goes down in order. We make it to the 7th inning stretch, folks. We'll have Piniella, Chambliss, and Nettles due up here against Larry. And this game is tied up at 1 apiece, folks. Can the Yankees get a run here and take the lead? Lou is 0 for 2, flew out and grounded out. And that's going to be a rare play, of 40 and a 64. And that's going to be 64 and 18. That's going to be hit down the first. And we're going to need to re-roll some dice. Piece of good fielding first baseman, a 53 on a 4, though. 53 on a 4. That'll be fielding column. That's going to be a single right past Pete. He couldn't get to that ball. Lou goes the other way, gets a base hit in the right field. So the Yankees get the leadoff batter aboard. Go ahead, run down at first. And that'll bring up Chris Chambliss now. And Chambliss is 0 for 2. He is flown out and grounded out. And that's not what you want to see, a ground ball down the short. And old Freddie's a darn good fielding shortstop down there. Can they get the double play? And the only play he'll have will be over to first, as Lou's now in scoring position here with one out. And Greg Nettles at the plate. Can Greg drive him in, give the Yankees a 2-1 lead here? Nettles' walk came around to score the only Yankee run on the triple by Johnson. Flew out the right his other time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Frank White's up with it. That should get the runner down the third. And that'll get the job done. So the go-ahead run is 90 feet away. And up to the plate with the man. Just drove in the only run of the game for the Yankees, Cliff Johnson. Can he do it again? It's 1 for 2 with an RBI triple. And not this time. That's a swing and a miss. Johnson goes down. The Yankees strand Lou at third. We go to the top of the eighth. And that might be it for Catfish. Let's see here. See how tired Catfish is here. They're going to let Catfish try to get through this eighth inning here. He's got the bottom part of the order due up. Terrell, Poltek, and White. And maybe not. That might not have been the smartest move here. That'll be an 11 on a 9. And that's the nice play down there at short by Bucky Dent. He goes deep in the hole, fires over to first, takes a base hit away from Terrell. And up to the plate now is Freddie Poltek. And Freddie is 0 for 2. He is grounded out to the mound and missed third. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Hunter strikes him out. It's only a second strikeout of the game, folks. And Frank White steps up to the plate. Frank is 2 for 2. He's got a RBI homer and a single. And he strikes him out. Hunter wheeling and dealing here in the eighth. We go to the bottom of the eighth. We got Dent, then back to the top of the order in Rivers and Randolph. And Larry's going to stay on the mound here. I'll have a short leash for him. Bucky is 0 for 1. He has walked and flew out the left. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Larry fires over to Pete. That'll be out number 1. Mickey Rivers is up now. Can Mick get aboard here? Get the go-ahead run on. He is 0 for 3. A fly ball, a pop-up, and a grounder. And that's going to be another grounder back to the mound. They might want to hit it somewhere else. Here comes Mr. Randolph up now. And will he get aboard? He's been robbed twice by Jerry Terrell down at third. And he grounded out to the catcher the other time up. And this is going to be hit out in front of the plate again. And Darrell pops up, grabs that ball, fires down to first. That's a 1-2-3 inning. To the 9th inning we go. And that's going to be it for Catfish, I believe. Well, he struck out the last 2 batters, but he's got the top of the order due up here now. And he is getting tired, that's for sure. See if he can make it through this inning, too. Wilson's did well against him. He's 2 for 3. He's been caught stealing both times he's been on and grounded into a double play. And this time he's out. That's a fly ball out to right field for out number 1. And Tom Poquette's up now. And Tom gets something started. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Flew out the right field and center field. And that's going to be against knocking down to that makes him a 6. That's going to be a base hit. That'll be a base hit for Paquette in the left field. So the go-ahead runs on. And let's see here. You got the lefty and then another righty due up. And that might be it for Catfish. Let's see here. And they are going to bring in Holtzman here. Ken Holtzman's going to come in. And that'll be it for Catfish. He's pitched a fine game here. The Yankees just haven't given him any run support, folks. Let's see here. If Ken Holtzman can do the job, keep this a tie ball game. And where's Ken at? There he is. So you got a runner down at first, one out for Ken. Plant Hurdle at the plate. And this is Holtzman's third appearance, his first relief appearance. He's 0-1 with an 18 ERA. Here's the pitch to Clint. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. Matter of fact, that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. So he gets the lefty out. And that'll bring up Hal McRae now. McRae is 0 for 3, grounded out and flew out to center twice. And that'll be a ground ball down the nettles. He'll fire across the diamond for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It's still tied up. Are they going to let Larry try to finish his game here, folks? Let's see. He's getting tired. He's got the righty Thurman Munson due up. So you got Thurman due up, followed by Jackson and Piniella, 2 lefties after that. They're going to let him pitch to Thurman. That is the question. And they are. They're going to let him pitch to Thurman. Hope he can get Thurman out and then pitch to the lefties. Thurman is 0 for 2. He's popped up and grounded out and walked. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. That'll be out number 1. And that brings up Reggie Jackson. Yeah, exactly, Aaron. Let's see if Reggie can end this game, folks. He's flown out, popped up, and grounded out. And that'll be a base on balls. And that might just be it for Larry. And they're going to go to the bullpen here as the go-ahead runs down at first. A winning runs down at first. And Lou Piniella's due up here. See who they'll bring out of the pen. They used their pen up a good bit in that extra inning game. Let's see here. And they got the bird's a word. I think the bird only pitched 1 inning in that extra inning game. We'll take a look here. It might be who's coming in here. The bird. Let's see here. And he pitched 1 inning. He's coming in here. So the bird's coming in with the righty up. Runner down at first and Reggie Jackson. Larry's pitched a hell of a game, but the go-ahead run at first is his responsibility. If Mr. Piniella can deliver here with Jackson down at first with excellent speed. Lou singled his last time up. He flew out the right and grounded out the short. Here's the pitch to Sweet Lou. And not what the Yankees wanted. That's a ground ball down the second. Frank White's up with it. 56 on a 9. That's probably fielding column 2. Just barely fielding column 2. They'll get the runner out at second. And that'll put Lou down at first now with 2 outs. And it's up to Chris Chambliss now. Can Chambliss end this game in 9 innings, or are we going to another extra inning game? Chambliss is 0 for 3. He's flown out, grounded out the third and short. So we drop the dice. And that's going to be a 22. That's going to be hit by pitch, unless he's an what? HPO 0. No, he hits Chambliss. Not what you want to see there. Chambliss staring back at Bird. Brings up Greg Nettles now. With the go-ahead run down at second base, can Mr. Nettles deliver? Greg is 0 for 2 with a walk. He's come around to score the only run as Doug Hunt joins us now. Can Nettles end this game, folks? That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going. That's a 3-run homer at the center field by Chambliss. No doubt about it. He makes him pay for hitting Chambliss. Greg Nettles, the hero today. 3-run homer in the bottom of the 9th. It's back-to-back walk-off home runs against the KC Royals. Take a look at this box score, folks. As the Bird hits Chambliss and Nettles makes him pay for it, takes him yard. This is a darn good Kansas City team, that's for sure. And another walk-off win by the Yanks. Hell of a pitching game. Score doesn't reflect it now. Yankees got out hit 1 run, 7 hits, and no errors by Kansas City, but the Yankees 4 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. And poor Larry's going to get the loss, folks, because that runner on second was his responsibility. Willie Wilson, you're not going to see it much, folks. Willie Wilson was 2 for 4. He got caught stealing twice by Thurman Munson and grounded out into a double play. Kansas City was only 1 for 1. They only had 1 opportunity with runners in scoring position and took advantage of it. They left 3 men on base. Yankees with their 3 hits, but one of them was a 3-run homer by Nettles. Yankees were 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position, left 4 men on base. They give the loss to Bird. I don't understand that, because the runner down there wasn't Bird's responsibility. Larry goes 8 1/3, gives up 2 hits, 1 run, walked 4, struck out 1. Bird goes to 0-1, pitches a third of an inning, gives up a hit. That was the big home run by Nettles. Gives up 3 runs. And Hunter gets a no decision, pitched one hell of a game Catfish did. 8 1/3, 7 hits, 1 run, walked 1, struck out 3, and gave up the home run to Frank White. Ken Holtzman comes in, picks up the win. 2/3 of an inning, struck out 1. Let's do some fast play here in the American League. We got Baltimore traveling up I-95 to take on the Red Sox. And the Red Sox beat up on the Orioles. Hobson drives in 6. Hit a grand slam in the game. 2 for 5 with a homer and 6 RBIs. Baltimore 6 runs on 13 hits and 1 error. The Red Sox 12 runs, 13 hits, and 2 errors. Then you got the Tigers traveling out to California to take on the Angels. And the Tigers win 7 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors. And the Angels out hit the Tigers but couldn't score. 4 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. Then you got the White Sox traveling to Milwaukee to take on the Brew Crew. Yeah, but the game was tied, Aaron. It was one apiece. So, like I say, the winning run was actually Larry's responsibility because that was the only run they needed. Would have just been 2-1. So I don't get it. Yeah. And the Brew Crew wins. The White Sox 1 run, 6 hits, and 1 error. The Brewers 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. And you got Toronto traveling out to Oakland to take on the A's. Yeah, that's what I thought too. But yeah, I don't get it. They charged all 3 runs the bird, the bird. And then the last game here in the American League on the second is the Indians traveling to Seattle to take on the Mariners. And the Mariners win. The Indians 3 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. And the Mariners 5 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. Take a look here at the standings. And the Yankees are still a game and a half up on the Red Sox, 2 games up on the Tigers, 4.5 up on the Blue Jays, 5 on the Brewers. Baltimore 7 games back, and the poor Indians are 9.5 games back. The Twins are now 5.5 up on the White Sox. Kansas City falls to 6.5 back. Oakland 7 back. The Rangers 7.5. The Angels 8, and the Mariners are 9.5 games back. Ralph Garr still leading with a 389 batting average in the American League. Reggie with his 10 homers and 23 RBIs leading in both categories. And Louis Tiant with that .5 ERA. And you got 2 pitchers with 5 wins on the year and the Goose with 5 saves. Reggie still leading in MVP. And Paul Splitoff still leading in the Cy Young, folks. Our next game on the channel will be the 3rd game of this series, folks. See what the pitching matchup looks like here in New York. I think it's going to be Dennis Leonard against Figaro. I think that's what the pitching matchup's going to look like. Take a look here. Yep. Dennis Leonard against Ed Figaro. Should be a good pitching game again, folks. I want to thank Aaron Reed. Check out his channel. Aaron's starting to do some action PC baseball. Doug Hunt was in the house. Philip Reynolds, check out his channel, doing some 1961 baseball with History Maker Baseball. Sports Time Machine, check out his channel, folks. And I believe that was everybody. Until next time, you all have a great afternoon. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for reminders, and on your way out of Yankee Stadium, hit the like button and leave a comment. Till then, y'all take care.